Hey there, toy collector friends and Transformers fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Triple TC, that's Time Travelling Toy Collector, with another Transformers video. And this one is absolutely fantastic. But before we get into it, could you please click the like button to like this video and also subscribe whilst you're down there. It's absolutely free to do. There's no lifetime commitment, but it really helps me and really helps the channel. Okay, that bit out of the way. This is Code Red. It's a Transformers and Stranger Things crossover product. I've been hesitant about the crossover products before because I've heard people sort of basically slag them off, so I've not been that enamoured. But this one really intrigued me, A, because the character is a bit kind of random, but also because the physical element of it is just so amazing. So let's get into it. So, you know, I try and tend to look at the packaging, maybe a bit less these days about certain things where they're quite similar, but this packaging is really something else. So it's essentially, you can see there at the top the Stranger Things logo and the Autobot logo as the sort of Transformers cross Stranger Things sort of, well, logo, and then the Transformers logo up the side traditionally. Product shot on the front, Code Red, that's his name, and a voucher here with Surfer Boy Pizza, and it's the Surfer Boy Pizza logo on the front. We have at the side, it's the attention to detail, I love it. So this is where they've sort of tagged what's on the pizza. It is a Code Red because someone has tagged pineapple. We won't get into that debate here, but dear me. And jalapenos as well, jalapeno, or however you might choose to pronounce it, probably far better than I. Then on the side we have product shots. So let's go back into the thing there. You can have a bit of look at Code Red in his robot mode. This side we don't have much apart from the Netflix logo and Code Red's identity there. And then on the back we have, of course, obligatory product shots of Code Red in his vehicle mode and his articulated robot mode, surrounded by some sort of nice Surfer Boy Pizza imagery and all the blah 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 stuff around the bottom there that we don't need to worry about right now. So that's all fantastic and great, but of course the packaging is more than just this. So it's a slip cover, and if we take the slip cover off and pop that over there, we again have another Surfer Boy Pizza box. And this is it's just ingenious. It's almost more ingenious than the figure, which, by the way, I've not taken out of the wrapper yet, as you'll see. But I have had a look at the pizza box, which is why I'm so excited about it. There's the logo for the Autobots on the pizza box there. Surfing on a pizza. Telephone stuff there. Again, we've seen that side. The other sides, I think, are pretty standard. Yeah. Anything on the bottom? Just double check that. Just the Stranger Things 8x8 pizza, so that's nice. Now this is where there's a little bit more magic. So when we open up the pizza, you'll see what I mean. The pizza box opens up like this. It's designed as a pizza box, Stranger Things there, and we get it open, and there we have some fantastic stains. But those stains, the grease stains of the pizza, actually contain an awful lot more than you just first think. So if you look, you can see there's the grandfather clock. We have the Autobot insignia. We can see, well, there's a lot to be. If you read it, sorry, I don't want to make it blurry. There's a Demogorgon with its mouth open. There's tentacles. There's all manner of things tucked away. And this is one of the things I love about this particular crossover product, is it's just so innovative. And then down here we actually have this sort of pizza arrangement here, and slap bang in the middle of the pizza arrangement, let me see if I can show you the pizza arrangement without creating chaos. Probably not, but there we are. Oh, it's actually, no, it's fine. I can take the pizza out. Look, you can turn it around. Not too sure why it didn't. Oh, there's right, okay. There's the bits and pieces that we need to know how to transform it up, etc. So now we can take the pizza box. Thank you very much. Get rid of that. Pop that over there. And bring back the interior, which is a pizza with, there's the 11, so it's an illustrated piece of paper. You almost don't want to, I almost don't want to take the paper off. It's too well done. It's very frustrating. And also what we've got here, if you can see this, I don't really want to, there's a pair of pizza glasses which are sort of pop out from the cardboard, which I just don't want to do. I like it as it is. It's tucked away behind here. I think it's just the same. Oh, there we have the accessories, which are wrapped up in Autobot greaseproof paper. Let me just get my craft knife and cut that free, because we will need those, I'm afraid. I'm loath to do it because I don't really want to do any damage to this particular packaging. I think it's all rather marvellous. So yeah, I might actually have to rescue that off camera. But yeah, it's an amazing piece, as I'm clumsily handling it. But it's an amazing piece of preparatory marketing. Do we call it marketing? I suppose to an extent it is. Packaged marketing. So let's try and extract Code Red. Well, actually, let's pop them on here to make it nice and easy for us to see him. And there he is, all nicely wrapped up. I'm gonna pause while I take this paper off, because I'm really keen not to damage the paper, because I'm a bit sad like that. So I really want to try and save this. I mean, it looks amazing. Look, we've got 11. There's a cactus. There's what's the arrow saying? Where's that coming from? Something written on there. Salt Lake City. My goodness me. I mean, there's just so much. The attention to detail on this is absolutely incredible. So if you are somebody who's looking to pick this up, if you haven't already, my advice would be, and it's my advice to myself, but it's too late, get two, because then you can keep one beautifully pristine in the various packaging elements, and you then also got one that you can manipulate to your heart's desire. Anyway, I'm going to take 5 minutes to unpackage this, and I shall be right back. So, welcome back, and I now have Code Red outside of the wrapper. I'm so pleased I was able to preserve the paper. There's some beautiful illustrations on it, so I'm very, very glad that I was able to do that. But anyway, the main event, of course, is the Transformer, and here is Code Red in his pizza delivery van mode. Didn't think I'd be saying that this morning. And it is a licensed Volkswagen product, which we'll see in a second. It has the logo, etc. Now, at first glance, I thought, oh, this is it's kind of a retool or a rehash of Studio Series Ratchet and Ironhide. And there's part of me that thinks that some of the transformation may well echo that. I don't know completely, but I suppose it's sort of the frontage around here of the van element. This rather familiar hinge here, and the unclear rear windows. I will just sort of pick him up and bring him into focus here. We've got the Surfer Boy Pizza sign on the top. We've got those transparent blue windows along the front, apart from the back, where it is paintwork. We've got lovely decals on the side about pizza, Surfer Boy, you know, delivered hot, etc, etc. The Surfer Boy Pizza logo follows us around. There is the Volkswagen official logo, so it's very nice that we've got that here. We've got painted wing mirrors there either side. There is some lighting detail. We've also got, of course, here at the back, let's see if you can, if that shows up, we've got Volkswagen here on the back. So you can see that again, how it's proper licensed. Obviously we recognise bits and pieces, but technically there's no actual visible robot parts there, so that's nice as well. It's really ultimately a very nicely done figure, and I I'm really super glad that I picked it up, because I absolutely very nearly didn't. I'll also show you the accessories that he comes with. One is this. It's a Surfer Boy pizza box. It does have a tab on the back, so we know it will fit somewhere. I don't know where yet, because I haven't looked at the instructions for transformation, etc., but we know that's there. There is also, and this is a nice touch, it's sort of Energon infused, I suppose, with this blue translucent plastic, but it's a sort of mace. It's the baseball bat with the nails, I wouldn't say nails, but I don't think it is, that stick out of it, that was used in Stranger Things as a defensive weapon. So that's a nice touch. We also get an Energon axe for Code Red to use, which is very nice. Gels very nicely with his translucent plastic windows. And last but not least, we have a blast effect, which is in the shape of a burst of flame. So there's a fire bolt that's nicely cast there, and it's actually very nicely done paint wise. It's obviously on that clear translucent blue plastic, the same as the other pieces, but the fire paint is actually really nice. Some lovely paint on there. So we'll engage with those once we get him into robot mode. So now, of course, we have the fun part. I don't do the transformations on camera, purely because I'll swear too much. I'll drop it. It'll add an extra 45 minutes potentially to any video. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're less easy. Sometimes they're easy and I screw them up. Sometimes they're not easy. Sometimes it's quite stiff and I have a panic attack that I'm going to break something that I should not be breaking. So bear with me, and I hope to return him to you in moments in your time, fully transformed into robot mode. Certainly in the time it will take you to order a Surfer Boy pizza. Okay, slight change of plan. I've just had a look at the instructions, and there is some storage for the accessories in vehicle mode, so I've done that. I'm just going to very quickly show you that right now. So we can store the axe here along with the pizza box. Let's get that all lined up. Look at that for me. Oh, why won't it focus? Come on, focus on this for me. That's not too bad. So we can get the axe and the pizza box on this side, and on this side we can also put the spiky other weapon. I think we can also attach at the back end of the spiky other weapon the fire effect. So if we're trying to get an additional bit of boost, that can fit there. Or if we want to use it, oh, it's dropped off. I meant to tell you actually, the wheels roll really well, which is great most of the time apart from just then. We can also pop it on the front, so if we want, we can also have this looking like it's firing forwards. Let's just click that into there. It's much easier to do when there isn't a camera between you and it. So we can also have that look as well. Does it look sensible having these things outside of a pizza van? Not really, but then not much of this makes sense, but then it is a Stranger Things crossover, so take it from that. Take from that what you will. Anyway, that was a brief post-edit, and we'll now resume what I'm hoping will be the quick transformation into Code Red in his robot mode, part 2. And here we are back, all transformed up, and I have to say, with one slight exception, he transforms really well. And the transformation element that I would suggest is the exception. And again, this is more me than anything else. It's the translucent plastic. So much of sections of him here and here are made of this translucent plastic that the moment you try to manipulate some of it, which you have to do that in order to transform him into robot mode, you very much are conscious that you're treading on very dangerous ground with some of the joints, to the point where you think this is going to start stressing and it's going to start breaking. And I don't know what was stressing more, me or the translucent plastic. Anyway, we made it, and actually he's a really fun figure to mess with. So without further ado, let me get him up and get him into a bit of a clearer shot. I'm going to rotate him a little bit here so you can see that the Superboy pizza thing from the top of the van actually transforms itself a little bit into a cannon, which is where the flame effect can fit there. And also here is the cartridge, which is the pizza box that we saw earlier on, and that stores on the top of his arm. We also get options with the other weapon. Let me just drop a little bit so you can see him holding it there. I've combined it in sort of Evo Fusion way into this format, so you've got the blade, the axe, and the bat element help merge together, but you can have them as two separate items. I'm choosing to not do that for now. Let's also zoom in a bit on that head sculpt, if we can, because I think it's a really lovely head sculpt, and I'll get it a bit more in shot there. There's a lovely visor, but what we've also got that I think is wonderful is this headset. So whilst the character, I don't think it particularly apes a character from the series, but he's kind of got that headset delivery on the go kind of motif. And there is, I think I'm right in saying, yes I am, there is light piping, but this sort of panel here prevents the light. You can see there's light piping, but the panel there kind of prevents lighting get through. But you can see from on his visor that his visor is clear blue. It's just a little bit challenging to get light pumped into it with that back piece. But he has some really good, let me come out slightly so you can see. There's some really good surface detailing here. The body is really robust. It connects together really well. There's not too much in terms of a backpack. He has these wings, which you could probably open out slightly, just to sort of soften that backpack and give him an element of broadness there, but otherwise it's quite plain on the back. But here you can see these joints are on that translucent blue plastic that's painted yellow here. But so this is more of a figure you're really going to want to look at from the front onwards, because it's not great from the back. I mean, the legs, there's a lot of hollowness there in the legs, you can see that. The wheels tidy up nicely. The legs, to be fair, tidy up nicely. There's just an awful lot of hollowness around the back. The feet, the ankle tilt is good. You've got good knee and hip articulation. You've got waist rotation. Arms do everything that you would expect them to do. There's some hollow spaces here. To be fair, it's where the hands go as part of the transformation process. So it's rather hard to do much about that, because we do obviously want him to transform successfully. So there's not an awful amount that we can kind of do to fix that. But from a posability point of view, all of the points of articulation that you would expect to see in a figure of this caliber are there. And again, this is not a small figure by any imagination. It's a really well done figure. And again, very posable. I really like it. Do I wish there was an Autobot insignia or even a Decepticon insignia, to be honest? Yeah, a bit. I think I would like to see that there was some sort of affiliation there, but I do get that it's a sort of unique character, and maybe there's something with the Volkswagen affiliation that prevents us from doing that, but I can't see why, because they have signed up to the provision of other licensed products, so I'm thinking it's not that. But yeah, ultimately, Code Red, really nice, clean figure. Again, not to be too literal about it, I almost wish there was a bit more red about his person, but by the same token, I'm not that fussed. I think he's nicely posable. It's a shame that those it's in the flesh, as it were, the translucent blue visor is a lot more seeable than it's translating on the from what I can see on the camera which is a real shame. But yeah, I think the weapon looks good. I even think the sort of transforming pizza sign looks good. There's not much that isn't good about this character. Even down to the packaging. The packaging is 5 stars. You know, it's absolutely phenomenal. And I really, really enjoyed the transformation. It's very straightforward. It's pretty intuitive, to be honest. I loved it. I loved it a lot. So I'm very happy with what this figure looks like and how it's turned out. Does it deserve a slot on your shelf? Well, if you're a Transformers fan, then I would suggest yes. If you're a collector of unusual toys, then this is a Transformers and Stranger Things crossover. So again, ticks that box. It's a really fun figure to mess with. It's not a daunting transformation, believe me, I would tell you. I think the vehicle mode is really nice. It's clean. It is evocative of Studio Series 86 Ironhide and Ratchet. That is, I think, a good thing, if I'm honest. And I'm really glad I got it. I'm glad I picked it up. I wish I'd picked up 2 because I would be much happier with 1 staying in the box, so I could retain that wonderment around the really inventive packaging that they have without a doubt gone with for this figure. Really, really excellent. I love it. Yeah, I'm really enthused by it. Hopefully this has swayed you one way or the other. Maybe you've decided you would like to get one having seen this. Maybe you've decided it was the right decision to not. Either way, as mentioned earlier, please like the video. It means a lot to me if you do. And also subscribe to the channel. You don't have to watch every video because some may appeal to you more than others, and that's absolutely fine. Have you picked up this character? If you have, let me know in the comments what you think of the transformation and what you think of the character. As I say, there are a few hollow elements, which is a bit of a shame. But overall, I think it's quite fun. I think it's a joyous little character, and I'm really, really glad that he's now in my collection. So maybe it's worth possibly adding him to yours. So all it's left for me to say is thank you very much for spending the last 20 or so minutes with me. I have been the Triple TC, that is the Time Travelling Toy Collector. You have been a fantastic audience, and this has been the Transformers crossover with Stranger Things, Code Red, and I love him. It really makes it so much easier for me to say that a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Bye-bye for now.